Hello, all my twin flame friends out there. This is what would usually be a weekly Celtic cross reading. It is actually only for a 4-day trip because I plan to do another reading on Sunday, local Australian time. That should actually be for the next week. So, for now, this is for the period of Thursday the 29th through to Sunday the 1st of April. 29th of March through to the 1st of April, sorry. Okay, so I should just give these a little shuffle. Sorry. Okay, I've got 2 cards. I shall just check whether those are correct. Okay. Both of them in there. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have 2 cards for the Heart of the Matter, which is the Queen of Cups and the Page of Swords. Excuse me. Sorry. Sneezing again. Okay, so now what we would like is our challenges, our obstacles, or what crosses us in this situation. Our card has already flown out. 3 of Cups. Interesting. Okay. Any further challenges or obstacles in this reading? We already had one. This one. Try to fly over the deck, so let's see. Okay. Here's the 3 of Cups. The challenges and obstacles. Okay, thank you. Here's the 9 of Cups, also challenges and obstacles. Okay, thank you. Wow, 2 very interesting cards. But I will run through the explanations for these shortly. Let's just get them spread out first. Okay, I might just put that like that. Okay, so we've got Heart of the Matter, we've got challenges and obstacles. Now we would like what the foundation of the reading is, or the worries and desires. So, worries and desires, please, for the Lost in Flames. From the 29th of March to the 1st of April. Foundation 3. Ace of Swords is the worries or desires. Interesting. The truth being in worries and desires. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay. Do we have any other cards to go in the foundation of the reading for worries and desires? Okay, this one's to fly out. Let's just check that though. Okay. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands both the foundation of the reading. Thank you. That was a very definitive yes. Very, very definite swing there. Okay. Interesting. So now in the recent past, what has happened? In the recent past, for the twin flames out there from the 29th of March through to the 1st of April. What is in the recent past position, please? Immediate past. So for the twin flames out there, the 29th of April, 29th of March through to the 1st of April. What is in the recent past, immediate past position? open the cards up. Alright, Six of Pentacles. Might just move these over. It's just okay. Six. Is there any more cards for the immediate past? Okay, thank you. Okay, so just one card for the immediate past. That's fine. Now, what's crowning the reading? So, the hopes, dreams, and best possible outcome. For twin flames out there for the 29th of March through to the 1st of April. Let's just check that. That came out pretty quickly. This the what's crowning the reading. Okay, thank you. Any more for the crowning position? Okay, thank you. Okay, so just one for what's crowning the reading. I'll just put that there. So the Page of Wands is what's crowning the reading. It's a good card. Okay, so next is the immediate future, or most likely the next steps, basically, on our journey for all 20 days for the period of 29th of March through to the 1st of April. What is our next most likely steps? Your advice, what our next steps should be. Sorry, this is a little bit loud with the shuffling, guys. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That needs to be in the reverse. Okay. Is this card in the immediate future? And should it be in the reverse? Okay, thank you. Should I pull any more cards for this position? Okay, thank you. Okay. So we have the Three of Swords in reverse for the next steps. So basically healing from heartbreak. Yeah. Three of Swords, everybody knows, shows three swords going through a heart, so it's a pretty devastating heartbreak, that. But our next steps is to heal from heartbreak. Interesting. Before I tune into the entire energy of this reading, I will get the rest of these cards out. So the next one we would like is how we approach the situation ourselves. How are we twin flames approaching the situation ourselves for the period of the 29th of March through the 1st of April? Okay, so this flipped over in my hand and these two went flying. Gosh. Okay. Let's find out. Is this how we approach the situation? What's the correct card for it? Okay. And the other two cards that feel out, are they also for how we approach the situation? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we've actually got three cards in regards to how we approach the situation. We have the Fool, which is excellent. It's about taking a leap of faith, having faith in the universe and knowing that the universe will provide and just going off the edge of the cliff. But the Seven of Cups, which is about being spoilt for choice, but then being reminded to look at the quality of those choices. So really, you may feel like you're surrounded by options, but are those options actually good for you? Do they serve your highest good? Are they going to be beneficial to you in the long run? and your personal growth. So Wheel of Fortune is also there. Wheel of Fortune, it's about the cycles of life, major life cycles coming to an end, a time of growth, a time of learning. You see all those signs from the zodiac. They're actually studying out of books. So studying, whether it's academic studying or studying your own behavior and how you approach things in life, maybe even. But this is how we approach the situation, which, two pretty positive cards. Okay, so what about what is in our environment? Or our home, basically. So, what's in our environment? For the twin flames, it's reading for the 29th of March to the 1st of April, please. There's two cards flying out. Okay, and we'll just check that these are the right cards. One's in reverse and one is upright. Okay. Both these cards correct for inner environment. Thank you. And they're facing the way they should be. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have the Empress and the Hangman in reverse. So that's again quite interesting, really. Okay, so then we have hopes and fears. What is in our hopes and fears? For this reading, for twin flames, from the 29th of March to the 1st of April, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Twin flames from the 29th of March to the 1st of April. Okay. I'll check whether that's the right card and if it's in reverse or not. It came out in reverse. Okay. Is this in hopes and fears? Okay, thank you. And should it be in reverse? Okay. I'll pull any more for hopes and fears. Okay, no, thank you. Alright, so we have the Nine of Swords in reverse in the hopes and fears position. So, a card like that coming out in reverse for hopes and fears, I do not mind. It's more of a hope than a fear, really. Nobody fears the end of depression, nightmares, being stressed and up all night, not being able to sleep, and being caught up in your head. I do not think anybody will fear that. Unless you're having a dysfunctional moment and you want to hold on to such unpleasantness. Anyway, so what is the final outcome for all the twin flames for this Celtic cross reading from the 29th of March to the 1st of April? And the outcome of this reading. Oh wow, okay. The Magician is the final outcome for this reading. I'll just double check whether that is the only one. Is the Magician the final outcome? Okay, thank you. And shall I pull any more cards for the final outcome? Thank you. Okay, so some of these positions have actually got multiple cards, which is very cool because there's a lot of, there's a few waves of twins. So not everybody's sort of tuning into the exact same energy as everybody else. I'm sure there's certain energies going on for some groups of twins and not for others. I personally find myself in tune with a certain group, and I can't really call it a group, I can't really label it. But yeah, I have a few friends who are pretty much on the same wavelength and going through the same things as I am. Whereas I also know other twins who are at a very different stage in their journey and experiencing very different energies and experiences at the moment. So it really does depend on where you are on your own path and what is meant for you at this time, really. As we all know, with the journey, it's all about divine timing. And nothing happens until divine timing decides that it is time, no matter how much you wish and hope. But the Magician being the final outcome card is pretty beautiful because it's almost as if by the end of the next couple of days, by the 1st of April, we'll be in the Magician energy, which is master manifestors, being able to materialize all your needs and wants on every level, whether they be material, emotional, spiritual. It really is a very beautiful card as a final outcome for a reading. Okay, so what I shall do is pull a few clarifiers for some of these positions. The ones with one card only. Okay, so I would like to clarify the Six of Pentacles, please. The Six of Pentacles here. Sorry. Wow, okay. This is amazing sort of mirroring with these cards, but I'm just going to double check that these are the correct cards before I get you guys as excited as I'm getting at the moment. Okay. Both these cards clarifies for the Six of Pentacles for the immediate past. Thank you. Okay, so to clarify the Six of Pentacles there, we've actually got Hangman in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles as a clarifier. So 2 came out. I'm just going to go with it. Okay, now may I please have some clarifier cards for the Page of Wands. What do you mean by the Page of Wands as the top strings and best possible outcome in this reading, please? Something flipped over. 2, 3. Really? I just need to check that these cards are actually correct. They're all the same suit too, which makes it kind of amusing. Okay. All 3 of these clarifiers for Page of Wands. No, okay. 3 of Cups. Clarifier for the Page of Wands. Nope. Okay, thank you. Both of these cards clarified for the Page of Wands. No. Okay. Is the 5. Thank you. Is the 5 of Cups the clarifier for the Page of Wands? Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. Okay, that is beautiful. So 3 cards came out, but only one of them was the clarifier, which is the 9 of Cups, people. We know what the 9 of Cups is about. It's about a wish being granted. Your greatest, deepest wish of love and lasting harmony with your twin. This is for twins, so I can openly speak about the twins. I've tried to keep a lot of my readings non-twin related, because it seems to be like a bit of a trend lately that, you know, everybody's doing twin readings, blah, blah, blah. But I am a twin, so I would like to know about the energies of the twin collective. And so I am doing this. So, moving on, I would like to clarify the Three of Swords in reverse. It is kind of Celtic. Is there anything else you'd like to add? What else can I get? Oh, wow. Okay. Which one of these? Both of these clarify for the Three of Swords in reverse. Is the top. Okay, thank you. Alright, so only the bottom one is, and I really don't mind that because it is the Two of Cups clarifying the Three of Swords in reverse. So we're healing, and we're going to step one little bit closer to union, people. Two of Cups, you know what that is. That is two people coming into union. It's a soulmate union. Two of Cups is basically a card that's yells union. And considering that's the clarifier for the Three of Swords in reverse, which basically signifies healing, and that is your, you know, next most likely steps, or, you know, your immediate future. Wow. I think it is sufficient to get a little bit optimistic by this. Okay, I would like to clarify the Nine of Swords in reverse, please. Anything else to add to the Nine of Swords in reverse? Okay. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. I shall just clarify whether that's correct. Is the Four of Pentacles to clarify for the Nine of Swords in reverse? It's not. Okay, thank you. Cool. It's not the right one. So please do send out the correct one. A clarifier for the Nine of Swords in reverse, please. The Nine of Swords in reverse, please. Okay, something flipped. Wow, okay. Nine of Pentacles. I will just double check that that is the right card, whether it was meant to come out. We've had a false alarm already. Okay. Is the Nine of Pentacles the clarifier for the Nine of Swords in reverse? Excellent, thank you. Okay, just in case I need that. And can I please clarify the Magician? Premium Magician card, being final outcome. Are we manifesting? Are we manifesting everything? Oh wow. I asked, yeah, are we manifesting union, or are we manifesting everything just to be kind of, you know, overall generic? And the card that decides to flip is Ace of Cups. This is what we are manifesting, people. Our happily ever after. That is, oh my god. Oh, it makes me feel very happy that something that I've been hoping and waiting for a while, just quietly. Sorry, I have a tendency to be a bit of a cheeky person when it comes to these things. Kind of like, I know all about the journey and about how much patience and persistence is required, and I've been trying, but I have my days where I'm kind of like, oh, kill me. Well, not really kill me, but, you know, more along the lines of, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I've done a lot of healing, I've done a lot of growing, I've done a lot of evolving, but I haven't seen much in my in the sense of union being on the horizon or anything like that. So I do wonder sometimes. Now, I shall go through the explanation for all these cards, which, just looking at this is an absolute beautiful reading, people. Yes, there might be certain aspects to it that might be a little bit like, oh, here we go again. But overall, the energy of this is amazing. Now, I will tune into what our messages are. So, the heart of the matter, okay? In this Celtic cross spread for all the twin flames out there for the period of the 29th of March through to the 1st of April, we have the Queen of Cups and the Page of Swords. So basically, this is telling me that a lot of us are embodying the Queen of Cups, but we flip from Queen of Cups to Page of Swords, where, we're giving unconditional love to the world and other people that are coming along on our ascension path, and being very nurturing and maternal and loving and caring in every aspect of life. But we also have our shadow side, which is very much like the Page of Swords, who is allowing their ego to make them doubt themselves and doubt their abilities, doubt their value, doubt their self-worth. It's like with the Page of Swords, your obstacles are all in your mind, and they are all made up by your mind. They're not made from facts. It's actually just ego trying to mess with you and keep you down because it fears change. It fears stepping out of its comfort zone. But as all of you will know, this twin flame journey is all about stepping out of your comfort zone. It's all about challenging yourself. It's all about self-mastery. It's about learning about yourself, going down to the core of your soul, finding out what makes you tick, what has made you who you are, the experiences, the good, bad, and the ugly, all the heartbreak, everything, every good, bad, or unpleasant experience that you have had with anybody in your life, friends, family, partners, work, whatever it may be, it has made you who you are. And when you go through the process of purging and healing all your emotions, you become the Queen of Cups. You heal all your stuff. You're still unconditionally loving. You're not bitter and resentful and harsh with your words like Queen of Swords energy. And that is self-mastery to me as well. Like, you've been through the wars and you still manage to be a loving, caring, nurturing human being. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And we should be honored by that. But when we start living in self-doubt, the Page of Swords element tries to come in. Page of Swords is still quite, optimistic, enthusiastic about the new adventures that are ahead, but doubts their own abilities to be able to face those challenges and to be able to achieve anything with those challenges. I personally have had exactly this energy this week, where I'm kind of like guided to do certain things. For example, these readings. I keep on getting guided on a daily basis all week long to do this. And I keep on doubting my own ability. I sat here for about an hour procrastinating before I actually started doing these readings, because I was kind of like, oh, but what if I fumble? What if I stumble? Blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I have on a couple of occasions. But I've also worked out that if I just take a deep breath, go with my heart, and tune into the guidance that I'm being given and the energy of these cards, it just flows. And it just took me taking a deep breath and calming down and putting my faith in my guides and the universe, God, whoever, whatever you believe in, and just saying, yep, you're telling me to do it. There's a reason for it. I love myself and I believe in myself enough to take this leap of faith and go for it. Okay, so our challenges or obstacles. The Three of Cups. So I know with a lot of twins there have been third-party situations, but Three of Cups is also about a celebration. Okay, and it's also about the union of mind, body, spirit. This is about coming into perfect balance and harmony within yourself. And I believe that's exactly what it's trying to say. It's not about a third-party situation. It's not about a celebration. Like, there could be reunions, which will be a cause for celebration. Okay, I know a lot of us will be celebrating when we reunite with our twins. And some of us have been separated from our twins for a very long time, and it's pretty gut-wrenching and intense when you know you have such an amazing connection with somebody and you just can't have them in your life. It's pretty unpleasant, let's say. But that is accompanied by the Nine of Cups. So whatever this Three of Cups situation is, the celebration or the union or the harmony of balancing the energies within yourself and your mind, body, and spirit, you know, it can also represent our God or the creator or source, and our union with our twins, how, it's all interacting with the universe, and God, source, the universe, wants us to come into union with our twins. And it is one of our deepest, most, heartfelt wishes. And when that happens, it is going to be a cause for celebration. And, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I do believe that us believing that it is going to happen, despite the fact that, in 3D, things may not look like they're moving. In 3D, there may not be any communication. But on an energetic level, things are happening, things are shifting. I personally have no contact whatsoever with my twin, but I still feel the changes and the shifts. I feel, when he's feeling positive. I can feel it when he's missing me. I know when he's missing me, whether we're in contact or not. I know he can feel me, and I know I can feel him. It comes and goes, as you would have noticed lately, with the telepathy sort of dying down for a while. It definitely did die down, and the telepathy is at a minimal right now, but I am seeing it as a blessing in disguise, because sometimes not knowing exactly what, the love of your life is going through can actually shelter you from a bit of hurt. You love them, you want to protect them, and you want to make sure that they're okay, but there's certain experiences and certain trials that they have to go through on their own so that they can evolve as much as we have and stand in their power and, find themselves, in a sense, find their true, authentic self at their heart, not what the world wants them to be. Anyway, moving on. The foundation of the reading, so basically our worries or desires. I can understand how the Ace of Swords would be a bit of a worry, but there's three aces in this reading from two different decks, so that's pretty impressive. Some amazingly intense energy this week, okay? So Ace of Swords is about, divinely guided truth being told. It's, inspired from above. There's got the FODs, which means there's a bit of growth going on in this. So maybe we are going to hear from our twins, and maybe they are going to clear the air about what has transpired. And that's, a sense of the Ace of Wands energy, where they take action to communicate from the heart and speak the truth. And the truth might hurt us. It might tell us things that we had never even imagined to be the case. It might be a little harsh, but the truth always sets you free. We know that. I know that. I think along this journey, we've all sort of realized that in time, that yes, sometimes we may not like hearing things that we are being told, but at the end of the day, they give you a new insight, and they give you a bit of a different perspective or a standpoint on things. You don't have the rose-colored glasses on, but you can still see the positives in everything, and you can still see the glass half full, not half empty. So divinely inspired actions and words. I do get the feeling that a lot of twins are going to be guided to reconnect, start communicating again, even possibly see each other. Leading into April, I really do feel like this is very much the energy for the collective at the moment. It's almost like there's a part of me that knows that any day now I am going to hear from my twin. And, I don't want the surprise to be spoiled. I do want it to be, the one thing that just makes me exit the stratosphere, shall we say. Just that sheer thrill and excitement about one thing that you have been hoping and longing and wishing for. Is your one deepest wish that finally comes true. Whew. I think I will have rockets on my feet, and I will exit the stratosphere definitely the day that happens. And I've been visualizing that and all the good things that could come about when I do reunite with my twin. And that's my way of manifesting my reunion. and energetically, I feel like it's actually working. So, fingers crossed, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so, in the immediate past, we had the Six of Pentacles. So, balancing of energy or even exchange of energy. I sometimes also look at this as, you're balancing your shadow and your light side. Also, an even exchange of energy or money, like getting paid fairly for your work. Putting in what you get out of a situation, like your friendships and your relationships. Investing in them as much as the other person is investing in them. But it's also clarified by the Hangman in reverse. So the Hangman in reverse is about being in a state of suspension, waiting for something to happen. We're not hanging in suspension. We're actually, in a sense, taking action, because we're not just hanging there waiting for things to happen. We're balancing our own masculine and feminine energies. We're balancing our shadow side and light side. And then accompanied with the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is about patience. So we're being patient. We're balancing our energies. We're finding harmony within our own darkness and our light, and our masculine and feminine, and we're learning how to have fair relationships and exchanges with people where we are getting out what we put in, and vice versa. We're not being unfair on other people, but nobody's being unfair on us either, and really learning how to assert yourself in a sense. So that really is a beautiful thing. Like, we've worked hard, we've balanced things, and we've taken action. So it's the Hangman in reverse, and then Seven of Pentacles. So we're being patient and we're waiting for the outcome of that, which is really beautiful. It's like understanding that there's a flow in things. There's a time to work, there's a time to rest, there's a time to do whatever, and that is awesome. It is the way of the universe, and it's harmonious. Okay, so what's crowning our reading is the Page of Wands and the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups shows up again. So the Page of Wands is usually a messenger. It's a pretty passionate message, but it's about growth as well. And you can see on his clothes they're yellow, so it's about learning. He's a person that's learning about life, learning about themselves, learning about this journey, learning about ascension. But also the lizards on his outfits, they actually have their tails inside their mouths, which represents the end of a cycle, of a learning cycle. We've come to an end of a certain cycle of learning and growth, personal growth and development, spiritual development even. And the best possible outcome here would be your wish, your most heartfelt, deepest wish being granted. And this being the, hopes, dreams, or best possible outcome. They're two very beautiful cards. So the Page of Wands can also almost herald a messenger of a passionate messenger, let's just say that. A messenger that has a very passionate message for you and is willing to take action, because wands are about action and they're fire as well. So very interesting. I know a lot of twins out there are fire signs. I know they're all different signs as well, but mine in particular is a fire sign, so that's actually just occurred to me. So that could actually represent your twin. And I can understand that it's your hopes, dreams, and best possible outcome for a twin flame reading. Definitely. Okay. Then moving on. So immediate future and most likely next steps. We have... Sorry. If I can pick up the card. Sorry. We have the Three of Swords in reverse, which Three of Swords, when it's in reverse, I love it. When it's in the upright, I don't like it. Okay, in reverse, it means we're healing from heartbreak. We have gone through stuff. We have had our hearts ripped out and shown in front of us and then squished by somebody else's hand. And we've crumbled when that's happened, but we have healed from it. We have come out the other end better for it. And that is clarified by the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, to me, defines union. It's a soulmate union. So that's the immediate next steps, the most likely next steps in this reading. And this is for the period of the 29th of March through to the 1st of April. So I do believe that, by the 1st of April, or just a few, within the week after the 1st of April, there are going to be some unions happening. because it is in the immediate future, or most likely next steps position, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm getting very excited thinking about that. Because I know a lot of us have been hoping and praying and patiently waiting for this. So then, how we approach the situation. And my feeling for this is the reason why I've gotten multiple cards. It could also be about different waves of twins out there in the collective. So the first one is the Fool. So Fool is about, taking a leap of faith, knowing that God, Source, the universe, is going to provide for you and has only your best interest at heart. And what is meant for you will be yours. So you're going for it. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're doing what you're guided to do, stepping into mission, and, in complete and utter faith, just stepping forward and doing what you are guided to do. Not doubting yourself, not, embodying the Page of Swords energy where you're in your head and drowning in self-doubt and thinking over now, analyzing things. The Fool is a beautiful, beautiful energy, and that is how we approach the situation. But that's accompanied by the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is about having a lot of choices, but, considering the quality of those choices, you might think you have a lot of choices, but if you have a look carefully, some of those choices are a snake. One of them is like a big sword covered in a cloth, which is sort of stealth mode. One of them is like a dragony lizard thing. What else is there? There's a woman's head there. Ew. So, yes, you might sort of think, okay, fine, my twin doesn't want to know me, blah, blah, but, I love myself and I'm worth that and I can have whatever I want. But why would you want to settle for a second best? Why would you not want to be with, the one person that is meant for you, that was made for you, that is your most perfect, divinely selected or made partner? Why settle for second best? Why bother with anybody else? Think about it, if that is how you've been feeling. Because funnily enough, in the last week, I had a moment of going, you know what, if he's not coming back, stuff it. I'll find something else. I'll be able to do whatever. And then within a couple of hours, I was like, who are you kidding, woman? Nobody even comes close. Nobody interests me. Nobody has any of the characteristics that absolutely leave me in awe and, this deep sort of sense of respect and admiration for my twin because of everything that he's been through and everything that he is because of that. That includes his flaws. I just think he's the most amazing soul, and he just needs to see that in himself, and he'll see why I am that mad about him. But it will take time. But also how we approach the situation is the Wheel of Fortune. So, life cycles, ending major life cycles. This can be 20 years plus. We've gone through a lot. We've grown. I know personally, I'm so very different in every possible way to the person I was this time last year. And this journey is all about growth. It's all about purging what no longer serves you, what is holding you back, your emotional baggage, all of that. And it looks like how we're approaching the situation, we actually realize that, and we have studied our own selves and our own emotions and our own energy, and we've learned how to sort of master that and balance it. And now we're sort of stepping out into the world with this optimistic approach like the Fool and just going, you know what? I survived all this. I can survive anything. Put on, universe. I can do it. Okay. And so in our environment, we have the Empress and the Hangman in reverse. The Hangman in reverse again. So Hangman is usually about being in suspension, waiting for something to happen, and being in a state of inaction. In reverse, it's about taking action. So this is in our environment. So we're, taking action. We're decluttering. We're clearing our energy. We're clearing our space. We're making room for what the universe has to offer us. And, the energies at the moment are pretty intense. And I know a lot of people are feeling shifts. So this is really a beautiful time to be alive and on this journey. Also, the Empress is usually a very fertile sort of mother figure. She is spiritual. She's nurturing. She's also can represent a bossy mother. So some of us might have parents in our lives that are a bit overbearing, that might be a bit pushy, or a bit wanting us to follow their own agenda when they're not willing to accept or appreciate that we have our own path and our own journey. So, yeah, I'm sure a lot of us can relate. Sometimes family might mean well, but when they decide to push their own agenda, they're making our lives a bit more difficult by not letting us just follow our own hearts and our own calling and our own soul purpose. Yeah, they mean well, but they're not doing us good. Let's just say that. Then we have In the Hopes and Fears. Nine of Swords in reverse. This card in reverse I do like, because it's about having released your depression, your anxiety, your nightmares that are keeping you up all night, that are stressing you out. Being all up in your head, allowing worst case scenarios to absolutely destroy you and leave you distraught, like this person is crying with their face in their hands. That's a pretty miserable state. But in reverse, it means we have evolved from that. We've moved on, we've healed, we've balanced our energy, we've balanced our heart and our mind, and we're doing brilliantly, and we're achieving what we were meant to achieve. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles is also accompanying that, so that's hopes and fears. So Nine of Pentacles is about the happily single person. So maybe it's a fear that our twin is happy to be single, or not with us, or by the time our twin comes back, that we'll be so content in being single and self-sufficient that we won't really be interested in a relationship anymore. I know I've actually thought that myself. Getting so comfortable in being single and being alone for over a year now, it's kind of like, I bet you the second I'm absolutely loving it and do not at all want anybody in a relationship sense to come into my life and ruin the mojo, the vibe, whatever, the flow I've got going, will be the moment that he decides to walk through that door, and I'll be like, oh, really? You had to wait till now? When I was moaning and groaning and missing you and pining over you, where were you then? Now you want to walk in just when I'm absolutely freaking loving on myself like nobody else could. And that is how the universe works, is it not? Once you release your attachment to the outcome, once you release your attachment to having things a certain way, that is exactly when you get that thing that you were attached to and you had to work on releasing your attachment to. Anyway, to finalize this reading, in the final outcome, we have the Magician. So our final outcome is the Master Manifestor. I know people say this can be about a manipulative person, but in a twin reading with these energies in it, with so much healing, and the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups represented twice, and just some of the most beautiful energy cards, like Hangman in reverse. I like the Hangman in reverse because it's not just hanging and waiting for the universe to do its thing. We are taking action. We are doing what is in our best interest. We are moving forward in faith in the universe. And we've got the Fool card also as how we're approaching the situation. So, of course, you take a leap of faith with the universe and you go, yes, the universe loves me. The universe is going to provide for me. Everything that I need will be mine. And you take a leap of faith, and then you realize, oh my gosh, instead of thin air and falling off the top of the cliff, I'm actually on solid ground. The universe is doing it. And you're kind of like, wow, okay, so all this manifestation stuff, all this spirituality stuff, it was for real. And like, wow, I'm not completely insane. It's pretty awesome. And that was clarified by the Eight of Cups. We all know Eight of Cups is about, your cup or your life overflows with infinite love in a, friends, family, with the universe, with God, source, our creator, whatever you want to call it, him, her, the energy of whatever made us and whatever loves us unconditionally, and he's creating the most amazing, miraculous future for us that we probably could not even imagine in a million years. Some beautiful, beautiful things are coming, people. Like, this reading is only for the space of the 29th of March through to the 1st of April. And just some of these cards, like just looking at them is making my heart explode. And I have a very deep sense of anticipation and excitement. That's been in the air for a couple of weeks now. And this spread with the clarifiers, everything has pretty much confirmed it for me that some beautiful things are coming, especially when you've got the Three of Swords in reverse and the Two of Cups as the immediate future, or most likely next steps. We've healed a lot of stuff, people. And after healing comes union. And union could be also, with your own masculine, feminine energies, balancing them. It doesn't necessarily mean union with your twin. Best case scenario, that would be it. But I do believe that for some, it will be balancing your own masculine, feminine energies and your own shadow and light side. But for others, it will actually mean union with your twin. That the love of your life is going to walk back into your life and make a declaration, a very heartfelt declaration of love, and heal the issues of the past through a lot of very honest, authentic communication. And we are also manifesting it by staying in a positive energy and in a high vibration, and believing in the universe and our worthiness to receive such a beautiful, beautiful thing in our life. I will see if we have some angel guidance for this reading, because it really is a beautiful reading. I'm not even sure if we need any more, but I just love the poetic element of the fact that whatever comes out in the tarot cards is usually confirmed by these oracle cards. Yeah, that flipped. Anything else, angels? Okay. Okay. Anything? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. So, the first one that came out is energy work. So it says, life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. So I know a lot of twins out there are Reiki practitioners or some form of healers, masseuse, whatever it may be. So at the moment, with all the post-equinox energies and things like that, it really is a beautiful time, and we can spread a lot of positive, unconditional love energy throughout the world, not just to our friends and family, just in meditation even, just open your heart and visualize the green, unconditional love energy, or even the rose pink unconditional love energy go from your heart and just encasing the whole globe, and just sending love to all beings on earth, because it's a pretty amazing experience that we're having. And when I think of it in that perspective, that we are one with all that is, and there are creatures and people out there that we probably have never met, but we can still tune into their energy, and we can still realize that we are all part of one big whole. It's pretty intense and pretty amazing, and it just makes me feel very, very grateful. So the other card was Notice the Signs, which says, yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and never alone. Ah, people. That's your Ace of Cups. You're loved by, you guys and angels, and basically all the inhabitants of the spirit world. They love us. They're here for us. They're guiding us. The little nudges that you get, the little recurring thoughts, impressions or feelings that you get about certain things. Don't ignore those, because they're repeating on you for a reason. You're being guided. I have avoided putting myself out there in this context with my readings and things like that for quite a while now. but it is what I am meant to be doing, and I love being able to, bring optimism and a bit of joy to people's life and something positive, and to be able to communicate whatever message the universe, the powers that be, our angels, whatever you want to call them, have for us. And I've had some amazing feedback from some of the readings that I've had, and it has, given people a bit of hope and a bit of reassurance, and some of the things that I've been able to tell people have come true even when I didn't want them to come true. But they're all things, like a blessing in disguise, where they actually trigger the person's progress, emotional progress, ascension progress. Sometimes, unfortunately, some rough stuff has to happen before your ascension process can actually be triggered. So, I'm just going to double check that these are the only cards. Sorry, my voice is getting quite funny all of a sudden. Almost like I'm losing my voice. Okay. Are these two the only wisdom of the oracle cards for the reading? Excellent. And both in the upright? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have number 37, Never Ending Story, and number 11, By the Book. So I shall put them here, so hopefully you can actually see them. Now, go with Never Ending Story first, number 37. I've actually been seeing 37 a lot, at least on a daily basis. I haven't actually had the foresight to actually look up the meaning, so I shall be doing that on a web page that I know is quite good. But okay, Never Ending Story, the essential meaning. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. So the oracle's message is, there is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part. Small and vulnerable and easily soothed. Now that is pretty beautiful. Really ties in with the Fool card. Taking a leap of faith. Well, for me anyway, it does. Since it's a twin reading, I shall read you the relationship message as well. So for Never Ending Story, sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. Okay, as I've said before, these messages are poetic and just oh so on point. Okay, then number 11 is By the Book. So the essential meaning is abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, and universal laws. So the oracle's message is, the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, law of compensation, and the law of nature only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. And just to cap it off, the relationship message says, getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want to do them. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want to do them. Your connection will deepen as a result. Okay, sorry about the little stumble there. That beautifully sums it up. Never-ending story is very much in line with the twin flame journey from what I've personally experienced and realized. Wow. That's putting me in a very thoughtful state. So I really hope that you have enjoyed that reading. Once again, that was from the 29th of March through to the 1st of April. I will be doing another reading on the 1st of April, or by the 1st of April, for the upcoming week. And I will stay on top of these readings from here on in. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know if you have any suggestions to improve my readings, and like if you wish to. Thank you very much and take care. Have a good day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you.